Today we are going to discuss on the third module, Anthropology, its relationship with life sciences, art sciences, medical sciences, and environmental sciences. First, we have the introduction. Today, anthropology has become a broad-based study and scientific discipline. It has come to deal with a wide variety of problems because it involves a wide range of approaches used in different fields of humanities like life sciences, art sciences, medical sciences, and environmental sciences. Next, we have anthropology and life sciences. Anthropology is closely related to several of the natural sciences. Zoology, in terms of our relationship with other animals, and the place of the human species in the process of evolution. Biology, in terms of the evolution of humans from early pre-human forms. Anatomy and physiology, in terms of its concern with the structure of the human body, the relationship of the various parts and the operation or function of these different parts. Genetics, concerned with variation in the world today. Physical anthropology studies the physical characteristics of man. Using the general principles of biology, it utilizes the findings of anatomy, physiology, embryology, zoology, paleontology, etc. Paul Broca, 1871, the famous biologist, defined physical anthropology as the quotation, science whose objective is the study of humanity considered as a whole in its parts and in relationship to the rest of nature, unquote. Although it is related to the biological sciences like anatomy, physiology, etc., it does not restrict itself to the study of contemporary average man. Rather, it is interested in a comparative study of man, considering its past, present, and even future. Actually, physical anthropology is more elaborate and detailed than biology. For instance, when a zoologist tries to understand the biology of an animal, he either goes into the details of the length and the breadth of the skull. Physical anthropology examines the skull in all its details. Thus, anthropology has a sort of specialization or sharpening of the focus on some aspects of general biology. Still, another speciality of anthropology is that it is concerned only with limited and restricted study of the human species. It never moves beyond this. Anthropology studies the human species as a biological entity. Some anthropologists are concerned primarily with the forms of pre-human and early human species, an area of study known as fossil man. Others concentrate on the similarities and differences between the various primate species, which include not only humans but apes and monkeys as well. This area of study is called primatology. A third area, known as the study of human variation or anthropological genetics, deals with contemporary as well as historical variations among populations of humans. It is concerned with questions like the adaptation of a group of people to a specific climate, the natural immunity of some peoples to certain diseases, and the all important questions of racial differences. Next, we have anthropology and art sciences. Anthropology and art sciences have intimate relationship. The art sciences include geology and human geography. Archaeology is closely linked to geology in analyzing the archaeological sites and in dating the past and finding out the chronological sequences. Anthropology, cutting across the barriers of time and space, naturally takes interest of man's past, especially prehistoric past. Thus, archaeologists may be seen serving as the historians among anthropologists involved in the cultural reconstruction of man's past. Unlike a socio-cultural anthropologist, an archaeological anthropologist cannot observe human behavior and culture directly, but can reconstruct them from material remains like pottery, tools, cave, rock paintings, ruins of shelter, ornaments, and many other material remains that survive the wear and tear of time and climatic conditions. To recreate man's past without any written record is not an easy task. To discover, analyze, and interpret their findings, archaeological anthropologists have to take the help of geologists, human geography, and a host of other disciplines. Despite of all these interdisciplinary activities, the archaeological anthropologists will never be able to know the speech or language of the prehistoric man. Still, reconstructing the past shall remain an anthropological preoccupation. Geology, the science of Earth's crust, provides the law of stratigraphy, which is the foundation of our knowledge of chronological order of facts, with the position and nature of each stratum containing prehistoric remains, furnishing information regarding the relative antiquity of the finds. The archaeological strata formed by the effects of geological processes and mechanisms can help us in reconstructing the environment in the past. Again, pedology, the science of soils, is another potential field with which prehistory is related. The analysis of the soil is not only used in dating but also used in understanding the manner of the formation of deposits as well as about the environment at the time of their formation. Next, we have anthropology and medical sciences. The development of medical anthropology has occurred since Second World War. The beginning of major anthropological involvement in medical problems was cogently reviewed by Caudill, 1953, Applied Anthropology. The book Anthropology Today, edited by A.L. Grover, Chicago, University of Chicago Press, page 7712-806, is the landmark paper on applied anthropology in medicine. At that time, involvement of anthropologists and other social scientists in health program and medical research has changed considerably, and there has been an increase in the input of social scientists in medicines, health, and human behaviors. In recent times, there has been a spurt in ethnomedical studies particularly among rural and tribal communities. For example, Chowdhury 1986 1990. Medical anthropology, in fact, is one of the main areas where a holistic biocultural approach is called for. In the proper study of mankind, anthropology aims to discover man as a human being. Culture is defined as a set of belief and behavior shared by a group of people. It also provides people the way of perceiving the world at large and the way of facing the problems prevailing in the environment. Obviously, people with different cultural orientations and experiences have different notions with regard to the concepts of disease, cure, treatment, and have different expectations from the physician. If this communication is impeded, the purpose of the physician is defeated. There are 7 main types of disease concepts. They are: 1. Sorcery or magic. 2. Breach of taboo. 3. Disease object intrusion. 4. Spirit intrusion. There are again 3 curative measures of spirit intrusion. They are exorcism, mechanical extraction, transference, soul or body organ loss, dreaming, independent occurrence. The knowledge about the various concepts of disease and healing in various communities is very essential for a medical practitioner. With regard to the direct relationship between anthropology and health, it may be noted that cultural anthropology has exercised a notable influence upon the fields of psychiatry, psychosomatics, and pediatrics. Malinowski, 1984, developed the theory of culture in terms of operating basics and derived needs of the organism. The structure of the ego is largely determined by the manner in which these basic needs have been satisfied. The function of the ego is to secure the adequate satisfaction of basics and secondary derived needs to maintain the organism equilibrium. Similarly, anthropologists had been known since long, and their feelings and somatic functions are closely related. Accordingly, they had been advocating for psychosomatic medicine that had been recognized as a branch of medicine recently. Thus, anthropology can assist clearly and satisfactorily in identifying the needs of health and in clarifying factors influencing acceptability and utilization of health services. Next, we have anthropology and environmental sciences. Scientists of different disciplines have increasingly become interested in the study of different aspects of environment. Anthropologists are no exception to this. As a matter of fact, anthropologists always attach great importance to environment because man is regarded as a product of interaction between heredity and environment. Man is grown and developed in conformity with both physical and social environment. If he cannot meet the challenges to adapt to his environment physically, man will die and become extinct. Since prehistoric times, many creatures have been found to have become extinct, being unable to bear the rigors of environment. But being equipped with cultural means, coping with nature, human being is able to adjust to grab varieties of environment, including polar region. Depending upon the biological qualities, some creatures cannot adapt in the adverse environment without having any cultural equipment. Man, on the other hand, could alter the environmental conditions by means of his culture and make it favorable to serve his needs. But, however, man has to depend partly on physical environment and natural resources, as he cannot make him absolutely free from the influences of environment. That is why different cultures have taken shape in accordance with different environment. Thus, environment and culture have close relation. Friedrich Ratzel, a German anthropogeographer, said that, quote, natural setting plays a great role in shaping the ways of life of the people, unquote. But his followers emphasized that environment determines man's way of life and sponsored the theory of geographical determinism. According to the environmentalists, man is subservient to environment and culture is the contribution of environment, which determines the ways of man's living. Natural resources, climate, geographical situation not only control the material cultural activities, but also determines the development of industry, commerce, religion, social systems.
Chubay cái thế nào? Tia om mua om, rampa om, thiên cung om, lung cung om, tia om, hong ro.
And civilizations. The students of cultural anthropology maintain the way in which a human group adapts to a particular environment, which is not determined by its geographical features alone, but also influenced by various other forces, technological, biological, psychological. The present day population leads a different way of life with modern amenities, including electricity, air conditioning, automobiles, television. Now, let us draw the conclusion. Anthropology is able to relate all of these disciplines to its quest for an understanding of human behavior and draws upon all of them to interpret the ways in which all biological and social factors enter to depict man's culture and behavior in totality. The future of anthropology is characterized by a close relation with the humanities. Thus, usefulness of anthropology is proof everywhere.
Manipur is a border state of India located in the northeastern part of the country. Half of its boundary is shared with Myanmar, the bordering country in the northeast. The state lies at the junction of the Indo-Myanmar geological plate. A series of mountain ranges are found here. The mountain ranges are continuous with the Himalayas. Manipur has got a variety of geographic, climatic, and biological microzones. The mountain ranges are responsible for the increase in the phytogeographic and zoogeographic areas of this tiny region. Many endemic flora and fauna are found within the small region. One such prime location in this region where many unique species are found is the Dzukou Valley, located in the northern mountainous region of the state bordering Nagaland. Dzukou Valley lies within 90 degree 3 minutes 43 seconds east longitude to 94 degree 4 minutes 28 seconds east longitude and 25 degree 32 minutes 3 seconds north latitude to 25 degree 34 minutes 4 seconds north latitude. Dzukou can be accessed from the town of Mao bordering Nagaland. Mao is roughly 107 kilometers from Imphal, the capital city of Manipur. Dzukou Valley is 12 kilometers west of Mao. Dzukou Valley is a 14-hour trek through the steep slopes of Mount Iso, which stands on the southeastern side of the valley. Local people refer to the Dzukou Valley as the Valley of Angels. The word Dzukou originated from the Mao tribe language, according to which Zu means water and Ko means cold. It literally means cold water after the Ko stream that traverses the valley. On the southeastern side of the valley stands Mount Iso, also known as Mount Tenepu, the highest peak in Manipur with a height of 2,994 meters above mean sea level. On the eastern side of the valley stands Mount Jaffa of Nagaland with a height of 3,015 meters above mean sea level. Nestling at an average altitude of 2,500 meters above mean sea level, the valley extends to an area of 3.1 square kilometers approximately. A small stream originating from Mount Iso traverses the valley and flows out into the plains of Assam. The topographical amphitheater-like structure with the presence of greenish hillocks and the distant bluish mountains in the periphery leaves a western window through which cold winds blow, reducing the small streams to turn to a waterfall. The valley is engulfed with a cold weather condition for most part of the year. Lush mountain ranges and small hillocks surround the valley on three sides. The dark green hillocks and the distant bluish mountains give the valley a surreal look. The temperature in the valley ranges from -0 degrees Celsius to 18 degrees Celsius. In winter season, the temperature turns the water into streams into solid sheets of ice. From a distance, the floor of the valley appears to be a thick grassland interspersed with multicolored flowers. In fact, this is the most unique feature of the valley. These different varieties of flowering plants which bloom during the months of May to August make it a botanical paradise. The valley, though small in area, is a host to many different species of flora and fauna. The hillocks are by themselves unique as they serve as the habitat of a species of dwarf bamboo, scientifically known as Kimono bambusa calosa munro. This particular dwarf bamboo known as tenwa in the Manipuri language is the most dominant plant species of the valley. Dzukou Valley has many enchanting scenic beauties offering a panoramic vista. But it is not the scenic beauties that has made Dzukou Valley a popular tourist and nature lovers destination. It is the presence of the Dzukou lily, another unique gift of nature to Manipur. This lily is similar in appearance to the shiroi lily, botanically known as Lilium macleanei, found in Ukhrul district of Manipur, but is different from it in its deep pink color. Dzukou lily was first identified by Dr. Hijam Bikramjit of the Life Sciences Department, Manipur University, in the summer of 1991. He named this lily as Lilium chitrangadei after his mother. Lilium chitrangadei belongs to the Liliaceae family. It is a small shrub growing to a height of 1 to 3 feet. The flowers are bell-shaped and deep pink in color. The flower is a small subterranean herb whose bulb is broadly obovoid. Its beauty lies in its bell-shaped flowers with 6 tepals in a bowing down position. About 7 flowers bloom in a plant. Leaves are many and are linear elliptic. It has a parent segment with oblong lanceolate. 6 stamens are included and erect. Filaments are white. The anther is oblong in shape and brick red in color. Pistil is creamish in color and ovary is sessile. The Dzukou lily flowers during the months of May to July. The first 2 weeks of May is the peak blooming season of this unique lily. During the flowering season, the Dzukou lily provides a pink flowery pattern on the green carpet of the Dzukou Valley. Unlike the other flowers of many species which bloom in its entire splendor turned towards the sun, the Dzukou lily is a modest flower blushing and blooming like a shy maiden with its blushing face gazing down shyly. This rare flower adorns not only the valley floor but also the crest and folds of the surrounding mountains and hillocks. Another flower, the white anemone Optusiloba D. Dawn, also dominates this valley, giving a snow-clad appearance to the valley during its flowering season. Among the white and the pink flowers, the yellow Euphorbia sikimensis boys also increases the scenic beauty of the valley. Roscoe alpine royal, a zingiberaceous plant with blue flowers, is also found growing in the valley. The panoramic view of the valley changes along with the peak blooming season of the different floral jewels of the Dzukou Valley. Besides these dominant plants, the valley is also the habitat of more than 50 species of plants. At a higher altitude in the peripheral mountains, a number of alpine trees are found. Rhododendron arboreum, magnolia, fragaria, and wild strawberries are also found in the valley. The pristine beauty of this natural amphitheater that wears a multicolored robe in the spring season is draped in a silvery veil in winter. It is truly an abode for the angels who repose through the winter only to wake up in the spring season and dance to the valley. As one takes leave of this beautiful valley, a question that slowly appears in the mind of the people is, how long will the beauty of Dzukou Valley continue to enchant us? The answer, my friends, does not lie in the wind. It lies in the attitude and aptitude of the people.